Welcome back, everyone, to River and Sea, where I am here in Galadriel's garden after taking a little look into her mirror and seeing what may have happened to Frodo along the way down the river. So, what are we going to do about this?
You will need a guide to bring you to the Falls of Rauros.
You'll need a guide, but few of my people ever travel down to Raros. No, don't shake your head in frustration. There is a guide who will suffice. His name is Corridon, and he is the elder brother of Sigalith. Yes, I see you remember our fierce champion. Without her twin knives and the skill with which she wielded them, the efforts of the Golden Host might have come to naught. Her death in the Battle of the Towers is cause for grief for those who knew her. You will find her brother is cut from the same cloth, but if Corridon shares her ability, he does not share her temperament. Find him in Telain Nadwil on the eastern side of Caras Galathon, and tell him that you need him as our guide along the Anduin. He is not called Riverwalker for naught. He is more familiar with the lands through which the Anduin flows than any elf in Lorien. All right? Then we'll look for Corridon, brother of Sigalith. Now, I don't think that I did the quest that spoke of Sigalith's death, since that was in one of the epilogues, I think, where that was mentioned. So that's almost like it was news to my character, perhaps? What do you mean Sigalith died in that battle after going through all of that? Ah, well. And here's Corridon.
The lady has spoken to me about this, and I would refuse her nothing.
But there is another reason that I would like to help you. Corridon looks at you, his eyes shining with a curious look of gratitude. You were a friend of my sister Sigalith in Mirkwood. When the Hidden Guard and the Golden Host journeyed to the fastness of Dol Guldur, you fought alongside Sigalith. How many times did you save her life, or she yours? I don't know, but I'm certain it was more than once. I wish that the tides of fate had swept the two of you together during the final assault on the tower, rather than apart. For had you two been together on the stairs, perhaps she would have returned from Mirkwood. But it is not to be. That is why the way of things. I would be honored to accompany you south along the Anduin. Sigalith's friends are mine as well. We will need supplies, boats and limbus and paddles. Speak with Borgris and Fangloth about acquiring such things as we will need. Rorthis will be on Telain Galadrim, and Fangolf will be near the surrounding hedge beneath Telain Gloroth, not far from the entrance of Caras Galathon. Alright. Now the question is, how many of those words did I actually say properly? Yes, it could be a very, very round number. Here we are. We have fine golf. I guess that means she's good at playing golf.
The Lady Galadriel is wise to send Corridon as your guide.
You need a boat for navigating the Anduin? Yes, I will provide one and paddles besides. How many will be going with you? Right? Ah, the Lady Galadriel is wise to send Corridon with you. He's called the Riverwalker, you know, and it is a name truly given. He knows the lands on either side of the Anduin better than any elf I know. His sister Sigalith perished in Dol Guldur. We were not close, she and I, for she had a temper unlike anyone else, and to me she was always sharp and stern. It's a shame what happened to her, even so. I am certain that she did great damage to her enemies before they fell, and that much is a consolation to Corridon in his grief. The boat and paddles will be ready when the time comes for your departure, Pinesea. Alright, so the boat and paddles are ready. So now to see Borthrist, and he is up in the main tree. You know you're in a big tree when you got a milestone here, many people and vendors, all sorts of things. Hello.
I will give you enough lembas and other foodstuffs for 2 weeks.
You are preparing a journey down the Anduin? You have come with the correct elf, Piney. I will supply you with enough limbus and other goods to make such a journey comfortably. Traveling by boat will require you to disembark occasionally. There is a portage way that you will need to take along the rapids of Sarngibir, and do not be so foolish as to traverse those in the boats. And of course, you will need to beach them before you reach the falls of Raros. It is a long climb down the cliff face, but I have heard that it was a way that was used of old. I will give you enough limbus and other foodstuffs for 2 weeks. Corridon can cover that distance in 5 or 6 days. That should suffice. Now, Marie. Okay, there we go. 2 weeks, so therefore, he figures that it'll take us a little bit less than a week, and he's giving us 2 weeks of supplies because, well, probably because of orcs. I have spoken with the suppliers.
The last time I traveled south, orcs were gathering on the river bank.
Yep, orcs. I thought so. You've done as I asked. Good. The most important step of the journey occurs before you even leave home, the preparations for your departure. Make sure that your weapons are cleaned and ready. The last time I traveled south, which was some weeks ago, orcs were gathering at the far shore of the Anduin. We may need to face them. Don't worry, I've been down there more recently than that. Well, maybe not as far as we're going now. And there are plenty of orcs in the area, that's for sure. Unfortunately, I lent my bow to Fimloth and Haldoreth on my return from that journey. Perhaps we can stop by our encampment when we depart, and I can recover my bow from her. Well, at least I'm familiar with that location. I will use a spare until then, but there is nothing quite like using your familiar weapons, is there? Siglet spoke often of her knives, Lachilil and Ignasigil, and I feel the same way about my bow, though it has no name. My sister was always better with names. But now you should return to the house of Celeborn and speak with your Dunlending friend. Tell her that we are almost ready to leave. All right. And I have a feeling she is itching to get away. The preparations are underway.
Wadu's sword is thirsty for more adventure.
I followed you here on the behest of a dream, Piney. I will follow you wherever the road leads. If our adventures ended today, I would already have quite a tale to tell Suffolk on my return. I can't imagine what awaits us, but it will only add to the record of our deeds. Wadu's sword is thirsty for more adventure as well. If we come across more Easterlings or their fell ally, as we did in the swamps, I will be more ready than I was last time. All right, then. That's good.
This land of elves is a long way from Enidwaith, a long way from my people.
I am grateful from the healing arts of Galadriel and her people, and for the lady's willingness for me to see her city. But there is something strange about this place, and I must tell you the truth. It is no place for me. I want my feet upon the ground and my foes in front of me. This land of the elves is a long way from Enidwaith, a long way from my people. I'm ready to depart, Piney. Perhaps things will feel more familiar to me as we journey south along the river. All right, and then let's head over to Haldoreth. We've made it to Haldoreth with no incident at all, so now it's time for Corton to get his bow back, right?
I lent my favorite bow to Fimloth. and now she has lost it.
Or perhaps not. No, Finroth, I'm not upset. If those orcs were as numerous as you report, you were right to flee. A bow is a bow, and the lives of my friends come first. I'll search the wood of Thinglad for the orc that picked it up as you escaped. Are you in a mind to join the hunt, Piney? Your Dunlending friend has already agreed to fight the orcs with me as well. Perhaps we can make a game of it. The first of us to find my lost bow will be the victor. But I shall be the happiest of all to have the bow back in my hands. And maybe a fewer orcs in the area as well. All right, well, now let us go and see if I could find some orcs to tame as a result of this thing, and maybe one of them will have the bow in question. Now, let's first off, are there any orcs around here? Yes, here is one orc right here. Probably will wind up finding the same orc camp that I raided earlier, right? During my first pass through the area. I don't know about finding the camp, but I did find more orcs. Well, let's see if we can deal with these as there's the camp right up there. There you go. They're not going to even know what hit them. I know, a hobbit. Well, I haven't seen anything about a bow yet. Looks like I've wiped out the local population of, well, there's one more over here, of orcs, and haven't found the bow, so perhaps they went a different way. I suppose that after I take care of the stragglers, I should report back and see if Corridon has had any better luck. Sorry, Corridon, but I couldn't find it.
You did not find the bow. Nona and I did not either.
The orc that seized the bow must already have left the area. Oh, pity. This there bow does not fire accurately as my other did. I am still a deadly shot, Piney. Oh, don't worry on that score. Did you know how dangerous Nona is in combat? Yeah, I've noticed that. I didn't think that the Dunlendings were more than barbaric hill-dwelling men, but she's a deadly warrior indeed. I underestimated her, and I will not do so again. If we are surprised by orcs as we journey further along the Ondoing, I will be glad to have her along. Okay, so we're going quite a group here. Well, what do you say about this, Nona? I'm sure she has a word or two for Corridon.
Whatever orc took the bow must have fled the area.
Oh, so you didn't find it either. Oh, he seemed surprised, but I was not. Whatever orc took the bow must have known the elf would come looking for it and fled the area. This orc is lucky that it did, for its hunters numbered 3, a river hobbit and a cloth, and an elf. Fight alone could have saved it. Oh, flight, yes. I am sorry that Corridon doesn't have his favorite bow, but I still enjoyed the hunt. Do you think that you can humor me with one count, Piney? I understand that we must hurry, but this should not take very long. Oh, what's that?
Let us take a detour to Stongard, so I can thank Horn.
You want to take a detour to Stangard? Okay, that's a bit of a surprise. Yes. Oh, when we were last in this region, I was wounded in the swamp, and you brought me to a nearby outpost of the Horse Lords. I was a wounded enemy to everyone there save one, the Rohirrim man called Horn. He spoke on my behalf, and when you suggested that I be taken to the Elfwood for healing, well, actually, That was Horn's idea. Oh, really? Well, that is one more thing for which I should think of then. And that is what I want to do. A brief detour to the outpost of Stangar so that I can give him my things. Perhaps you could have him meet us here? I do not think that I would be welcome once again within those walls. Yeah, I understand your reluctance to go there. All right, right. I will go there and bring back Horn. Hello there. Have you seen Horn about?
You were looking for Horn. Good. Take him with you.
Boy, is he a cheery one. Yes, take Horn and be gone. You will find him up the hill. Oh, boy. He certainly woke up on the wrong side of bed. Hello there, Horn. You have time for a little trip?
How is the Dunlending girl? Did she survive?
I didn't think to see you again, Piney. How is Nona? You tell Horn about the healing arts of Galadriel were sufficient. Ah, I see. I am glad of that. It seems that there is no place for me here anymore, Piney. I am no longer welcome in Stangard. Wait, isn't Stangard a place where they send people who are unwelcome in Rohan? Well, yes. My fellows feel that I have been somewhat tainted by stepping foot within the Elfwood, and by speaking on behalf of a Dunlending. Well, they no longer trust me. They want me to leave by sunrise tomorrow. What do you do when you're exiled from a place of exile? You know, that's sort of weird. Well, you want to make a trip with us? Well, I do not have many possessions. If you bring me my harp and my writing supplies, I will be ready to go. My harp is in the tavern, and my writing supplies are at Wada's house, where I have been staying. Okay. Just as long as that it's at Wada's house and not Wadu's house. I believe that Wada's house is at the next location down. Next street down. So let's see. Wada house. I see a pen. Horn's writing supplies. I've assumed that there's also ink and stuff like that there. I suppose some paper or other writing material would also be handy there. And there is a harp. I assume that this is Horn's harp. Well, if it's not, then I just stole somebody's harp. Well, let's get back to Horn. I hope I brought the right pen and writing supplies and musical instrument and all.
I am not welcome in Stangard. But where can I go?
Thank you for bringing me these. I am not welcome in Stangard, but where can I go? By order of Theoden King, I am not to return to Rohan until my term of service in Stangard is finished. Where are you traveling, Piney? Could you use another companion on the road? I don't wish to intrude, but I believe that my place is with you and with the Dunlending girl for whom I gave up. Well, it was no life that I gave up. I only did what was right, though my fellows do not see it that way. Well, you'll be welcome to join us. Well, thank you, Piney. I owe you a great deal for this. An aimless life would ill suit me. Your goals are now mine, and the dangers that you face, I will face as well. All right, then let's get back to Nona at Haldreath, and of course to Corridon, as I informed them that the size of our party is increased. A funny thing happened while I was in Stangard.
This confirms what I suspected about the Horse Lords. Cruel even to their own.
They're cruel to your own, and are not deserving of our sympathies. I will speak with Horn, thank him for his words on my behalf, and give him my sorrow that he has suffered for me. But I will also tell him that he's now better off, and he need shed no tears for his lost fellows. We will be ready to leave when Corydon says that we should. Speak with him when you are ready to go. Well, are we ready to go? Well, not quite yet, but we will be in the next episode of River and Sea.